once more to a very similar map that we've seen in previous Map 1s, Map 2s. We're going back to Battlefield of Eternity.
That we are, so we're waiting for both the teams to ready up for the draft, and we'll get on into the draft phase for that. And Battlefield of Eternity, pretty fun map, though sometimes it can last quite an eternity. So I think we're just waiting for Steal Your Face to ready up, and we'll get onto that draft. But I'm curious to see what's going to come out for both these teams for the second game. Already we saw Raynor and Nazebo.
Yeah, the B-roll, as I believe you dubbed them. It's just like, I get this impression of, Murdoch, Lance, the A team. It's just like Raynor, Nazebo, the B-roll. And they just not get anything done, unfortunately. Not against, Jaina, not against, the Mirrodin. I mean, how many deaths did we have early on? 3 before first tribute? All of them bottom lane?
It was like 2 at the first minute mark. I think 2 people already had fallen. So we're still waiting for Steal Your Face to actually ready up. There we go. Now on into the draft phase for Battlefield of Eternity.
All right, so with Battlefield, we've seen Butchers, we've seen Abathurs, and we've seen Sylvanuses. Who will be the big money pick here?
Well, the ban is probably going to have to go to Steal Your Face. Their second ban here, so they're going to ban out Azeratul. Very, very smart decision. Cloud9 Vortex bans out Janus. It's probably a first pick kill boss.
All right, I'm going to fix the names because it is actually going to be Cloud9 Vortex on blue. And as you said, with the Jaina is out, the Azeratul is out. At least that ban has been pretty consistent today. But now Cloud9, will they favor the Kael'thas? Will they favor the Abathur? Will they favor something else?
I'm curious to see. I mean, Cloud9 Vortex, we haven't really seen them play this map too much that I can remember. I don't think Cloud9 Vortex didn't play this week in ESL, if I'm correct. So we haven't seen them play on the new map, on the new patch just yet. I don't think we got to watch them play. We didn't get to cast them for Titan Arena either, so.
Nope. Just Maelstrom.
I haven't seen them in quite a bit, actually.
We did like Maelstrom and then Tempo and then Maelstrom and then Tempo versus Maelstrom. Yeah. The big money names, bring big crowds. Wow, that's quite the tongue twister right there.
I was about to say, I think you said bug in there, which is good because Anubarak just got picked here for Steal Your Face.
It's because I saw Anubarak, I just said bug. If it was Zagara, I would have said the same thing. Big money names bring big crowds. Yeah, there you go. FourCourtJester and the tongue twisters, you can have that one free of charge. So Anubarak and Sylvanas are going to be the big priorities here for Steal Your Face, which means that they do not put up either a support. They did get a tank, but they didn't put up a support first.
Yeah, and so they pick up their nice little Anubarak and Sylvanas. Sylvanas, of course, on this map is very, very strong, being able to push with those immortals. Kael'thas still a little bit more treasured by Cloud9 Vortex, as that was what was their first pick, but now they get their second and thirds. They pick up, speaking of bugs, a Zagara.
Thanks, guys. Yep. I said bug, 2 bugs were picked. Clearly best caster in it.
Or maybe there's a bug in the draft. But Zagara coming on in here, we always talk about this. The creep tumor is so incredibly pivotal because the middle of the map is a giant bit of shroud. So putting those creep tumors down allows you to have vision of where your enemy's moving around. Are they defending? Are they attacking the immortals? That's really the question. And you can always answer that if you have the creep tumors giving that vision. Vala going to be the third pickup as well.
Now, it's kind of curious that Vala is being prioritized, a few times now in some of these drafts, because we haven't really seen her as those top picks in quite a while. But one of the big things against Zagara creeps is, of course, the multi-shot, right? So I'm wondering if this is going to be a little bit of a deny pick to Steal Your Face, but at the same time, the Q build, very likely to be coming back out here from Vala. That Hungering Arrow in a dueling scenario will actually prevail because it can hit you up to 8 times on a single, on a single roll, I should say, I guess.
Yeah, and it's just so good in terms of just being able to do damage not only against the enemy team but also the immortal. Think about the fact that the immortal is just a single target, so you just release one of those Hungering Arrows and you just get a bunch of free damage on that immortal while you can lay down your auto attacks, or even if you're just trying to run around and just kind of chip away at the immortal while the enemy team is chasing you.
Nazebo's ban.
Yeah, I just noticed that. There was a ban of Mirrodin and then a ban of Nazebo.
Entirely too sure Nazebo's a warranted ban, but I think Cloud9 Vortex might just be throwing them a bone.
I think it's a little bit of a cheeky ban there.
Now, there is something to be said for Nazeebo on this map. You know, he's a great split pusher, the spiders and the toads. I mean, that's just damage he casts. It's a cast and forget, right? It's fire and forget spell. It will seek out targets to hit. So you can actually get a lot of value out from the Nazeebo, but we also just saw StudioFace kind of play it. So I think it's not really intended as a high-level ban here. And what just happened to this draft?
Well, we're seeing a support come out there from Steal Your Face. They picked up the Butcher, then Rhaegar.
Yeah, Butcher's a support. I get that.
Yeah.
Butcher, Rhaegar, and then immediately following up that, it's just like we had 4 picks in 10 seconds.
Yeah, then
Johanna.
They already had their idea already set to go, and just because the Rhaegar's there, they didn't really want to go for Malfurion, so just whatever. Uther, Johanna, just whatever, just pick things and we'll be good.
So Tyrande? She's still on deck.
Tyrande is still on deck. That'd probably be their best pickup, but they go for the Tychus.
Wow, the cigarless man has been picked numerous times today.
Hell,
Yeah, and
it's about damn
it's
time.
been picked by tempo, which is, I think, like if I saw like a bunch of teams that I haven't heard before picking up Tychus, then I'd be like, yeah, you know, maybe a lot of teams have just been preferring him a little bit more. But seeing tempo pick him up is, I think, what really has just kind of struck me as maybe they do really like this pickup of Tychus lately.
Maybe there's something to this. Yeah. How many times have we seen Tychus now on this map? At least twice of our 4, if not 3 times. We've seen him on Cursed Hollow.
I think only twice.
No, we saw him on Sky Temple. We saw him here. Fanboy Hunter needs to relog, so we're going to give him a moment here. Fanboy Hunter going up against the people that he fanboys over. Hunter part successful.
Hey, and if he was playing them a couple of weeks ago, he would have been going up against Fan, too.
Yeah, but Fan is now a Maelstrom body.
That he is. If
you guys were asking for, sorry for those for asking. Maelstrom plays tomorrow. They're at the very other end of this bracket because they're close to the number 2 seed. They're going to go up against either NV Gaming or Vex, and then probably Stellar Lotus. And that is not good news for Stellar Lotus at all.
Yeah, but you think the Stellar Lotus can beat the round of, 128 teams. Oh, snap. Shots.
If you're not careful, Jesse Cox will bring a whole mine load of salt on top of your channel, sir.
I'm fine with that. Bring it. Any PR is good PR. No, whatever. It's words.
No, you're basically the same, yeah. Any PR is good at PR. Bad PR is still good PR, yeah. Streaming data. Yeah, fanboy Hunter. All right, so he's back in, and we're going to get game number 2 going. Remember, Vortex, towering, massive reputation here as one of the top teams here in North America. Well, nobody is going to argue that they're the best at this point, and now losing out Fan and subbing in Tiger JK, haven't really seen a lot of Vortex heavy emphasis on the melee since Fan has left.
Yeah, Fan was probably their best meleeer on the squad, so it looks like they seem to be going for a little bit more of a ranged assassin type style in their latest couple of compositions that we've seen so far, at least in these last 2 games. I'm curious to see what's going to happen when they start going up against more renowned teams, if they're going to keep this up or if they're going to actually start having to double down and go for actual couple of melee assassins. Now they've got Tiger JK, so Zagara is going to now be a huge pickup for Cloud9 Vortex.
Tiger JK has quite a few actual specialty heroes, and he has been around the scene on different teams. I'm still kind of annoyed that I can't remember what team he was on before he actually started subbing now, it seems, for Cloud9 Vortex. But I just recently saw him. They played up against Complexity in something. I can't remember what, because we made that illusion, the X Complexity now against actual Complexity. But yeah, I don't know. It's just not there. The hat doesn't keep the idea inside, unfortunately. And it looks like we're basically good to go. Into a black screen. Boom.
All right, so, game number 2, of course, is going to be match point. Is Cloud9 Vortex going to be able to close this out 2-0? Survey says yes, but how quickly will they be able to do it? That's the question, I guess.
Survey says...
The survey says...
For 100 points.
Let's poll the crowd. What do you guys think? Cloud9 Vortex?
Let us know there in the chat when you do eventually get to the 2-minute delay.
I was about to say 2-minute delay, I forgot.
Yeah, 2-minute delay. All right, Battlefield of Eternity, however, is loading up. Battle the Immortals, defeat the enemy, and devastate the forts, big general tips for every map, but no, we've seen the Hell side win, we've seen the Angelic side win, we've seen Tempo Storm win a hell of a lot. There's no Abathur here today, but there is a Butcher, no Duranda in sight, so we'll have to see how these teams fare as we jump on into game number 2.
Yes, and with game number 2 starting, we've got the blue side over here. It's Cloud9 Vortex, Zix, Tiger JK, Bobby Hankill, Syracuse, and Taza.
He didn't spawn with enough mana. Oh, Taza! Look at that money pig. That's definitely...
Somebody's bringing back the money pig. God, I thought we were with a whole bunch of heathens.
Don't get to see that often these days. On the flip side, though, Steal Your Face once more representing red. Skills 7-11, Clean, Fanboy Hunter, Spark Dog, and Miles. Going to be trying to put their best foot forward here as a team representing Reddit. You know, getting into the top 32 of 128 from a Reddit team that just got together in the last few days, pretty impressive.
Yeah, I mean, getting into the round of 32, even if you don't pass this, you know, we said this a couple times now, good amount of money, and being able to get this far, it's pretty impressive indeed. So looks like there is going to be a Tiger JK. They were so scared to actually engage on that.
Yep.
They had everybody there against a Tiger, against a Zagara who has no escapes, with a Nubarak, with a Butcher.
No dice.
Going for it.
Yeah, no dice. So Vanis looks like she kind of drew the short straw. Is going to be doing the 1v4, but it does actually turn it into a 1v3. Taz is coming up top. Tiger JK just not going to be able to repel damage of this magnitude. But what kind of level 1 talents do we got going out there? A return of the Healing Totem from our Rhaegar.
Yeah, that's an interesting pickup, especially because Healing Totem actually scales less than Vala's multi-shot, and Vala's innate multi-shot already has more damage than Healing Totem. So if you're going up against a Vala, never pick a Healing Totem, because one multi-shot throughout the entire game will always be able to clean that. Yeah,
the health scaling and now the fact that it can get hit by the AoE targets definitely brought that town a little bit more out of popularity. But Bobby Hankill and Miles just kind of going neck and neck a little bit. Does look like everyone's just going to hit the sippy cup, make sure that they are healthy for this next Immortal fight. But so far, Taza coming up top has kind of halted the aggression. Well, as I say that, Cigars.
They got a kill!
They did indeed, sir. They did indeed. 16 stacks of meat there for Skills. He's still going to be farming up a little bit. Taza is just kind of going to be running around in circles, but the Immortals are up and ready to go.
Yeah, and with the Immortals now up, they get that first blood, so they're going to be actually pretty okay. They got a little bit of an experience advantage. Can they turn this into a level 4? Because level 4 at this point is actually pretty massive.
Well, one thing that is for sure, Spark Dog and Miles need to hit that fountain because they do not have the hit points, and Rhaegar at this level will not really be able to spare that kind of mana. He needs that feral regeneration to come in pretty quickly. But nobody's really doing a lot of big damage here on top of these Immortals. In fact, it's both teams kind of just out and about soaking. A little bit of murking now going on as well from Cloud9 Vortex. Not a lot of emphasis on these Immortals.
Yeah, right now, both these teams are just trying to decide what they really want to do. Spark Dog is going to throw down these spines, but unfortunately not going to be able to do that much. Behind that, there is the Butcher going on in there on Syracuse, but oh, he's getting gravity lapsed and immediately blown up. There's the healing ward going down, but it immediately gets cleaned up as well by Bobby Hankill. And it looks like for the time being, even though they've got the level 4 advantage, it looks like they've got to disengage.
Oh, big unstoppable shield. Is that going to be enough? Taz is going to be low. That's an Envenom, but no. He will actually survive. Skin of his teeth. The Nubarak cannot say the same. He's actually going to be the drop. And did it actually kill him?
I don't know how. He had full health. I guess the damage over time UI showed...
We saw health.
Incorrectly. Yeah, there was health. But I guess the damage over the normal dot where it shows the gray for how much you're going to lose, it might have bugged out. And speaking of bugs, Spark Dog going to be in the middle of the fight here, but it's going to take too much damage and fall.
I clicked on a Nubarak and he died, and my unit thing didn't go away. Either way, Zix also going to be falling here. Fanboy Hunter is going to be a big target. Going to try to use that Ghost Wolf away. Syracuse not going to land.
That's close. Very close. But they now have a huge amount of map presence, so they're going to be able to push on this advantage by going for the enemy Immortal. starting to waste it away very quickly. He's starting to lose a lot of hit points very, very fast.
Yeah, we're gonna have that 50-50 fight spawning here in just a moment, and there it is. Enough. I seek better ground. And level 6 now going to be coming in here for Cloud9 Vortex.
Yes, and actually look at this position, the positions of the Immortals. Very nice for both these teams, and a little bit more defensive on your side, so they don't have to be super aggressive just to defend, but at the same time, they have to be super aggressive to get any extra damage done on the enemy team.
And aggression is going to be the name of the game here a little bit. They see already two of them bottom. Zix is going to have to go through some of these creeps, but of course, it's on his own team, which is, again, like, look at some of these creeps. These creep tumors are providing so much information for Cloud9 Vortex.
That they are, and this is just able to allow them to know exactly how to position, how to move around this whole entire battleground very effectively. But right now, they're about to hit level 7 too, so that's going to be even more of an advantage for them.
Now, this isn't even like a 5-man defense. It's a 3-man defense because Taza and Bobby Hankeo are going to enlist the aid of the Khazra, and that is going to be putting a lot of pressure on this bottom fort. Unless we get some kind of big immortal advantage in the next few moments from Steal Your Face, they are going to have to be forced out of this fight. And already you see him going top, and now bottom is going to get pressured. They're going to be split pretty hard.
That they are, and this is going to be a very difficult thing to defend. Here's the Immortal taking a good amount of damage. Cloud9 Vortex playing this pretty well already. Looks like the Butcher was using his charge, but unfortunately did have to back up there clean. Trying to do as much damage as possible to Taza, but that's a Johanna. Johanna always walks away. There's the Burrow charge in. Unfortunately, that did not get collapsed with the rest of the team, so that's going to be a Nubarak falling very quickly. The Immortal is going to go on over here to Cloud9 Vortex.
And I think Butcher is going to take a dirt nap here as well. He is down 4 kills to 0. Already, though, we do have more kills than the last game for Steal Your Face. But once more, as I said, if they don't split up, they're going to have to deal with this pressure on Fort. And since they didn't and still lost the team fight, that's a pretty healthy Immortal. Plus, now it's going to be the bottom Fort on top of it.
Yeah, so they're going to have a really nice advantage going on into this mid-game. It's 8-7, and if they're not careful, this could easily be something absolutely massive for Cloud9 Vortex's favor.
SparkDog, Fanboy, Hunter, and Miles saying they're going to be top pushing. We can totally jump Kael'thas, and they couldn't. Tail between their legs.
Immediately.
Yeah, they're going to be retreating out of that, and the double push is going to be real. Top is getting a lot of work done. The towers are down, and we're going straight for this keep gate.
Yeah, and picking up each of those little keep towers is a huge amount of experience. 650 each tower. So that's going to net them level 10 after taking out just one of those, as well as the amount of damage that was done by the Immortal in the top lane. Butcher looks like he's trying to go for something, but oh, Butcher, be careful!
Could be gravity lapse, and where was the flame strike? Didn't matter. Strafe got the kill anyway. Kill secured. Valos would be going to be the big return at Zix. Looks like he's going to be able to walk away. Can't say the same for Anubarak once more. And Clean and Miles, tails between their legs as they're going to go back to the fountain. Now top lane, getting a little bit of push. We got a bit of an edge with those creeps, but at the same time, this is going to be a big steal right here. Those Shaman dogs are going to be pushing down top relentlessly.
Yeah, and that's a huge steal from the enemy team. You know, you want to have those bruisers on your side for as long as possible, or at least not let them go over to the enemies. So that's a pretty big loss there to not have those if you ever get an advantage later on. Meanwhile, Butcher going to go pretty on ham onto Bobby Hankeo. They don't have level 10 though. There's a maul to deny the back line of the team. Bobby Hankeo taking a good amount of damage as Savannah's trying to go in with a haunting wave, but it's not going to happen. Miles going to go down. So Butcher goes down, and a Nubarak goes down.
And Rhaegar goes down. And the fort and the tower to follow here as well. Basically, this is now a game of can we kill Kael'thas from Steal Your Face? And, they came damn close. For 2-level deficit, damn close. But unfortunately, not close enough.
Yep, so there's going to be Immortals coming back up in a couple of seconds. Meanwhile, this is going to be a great time for Cloud9 to run over here, pick up these Khazra. It's going to allow them to just split up the resources of Steal Your Face. And
What? Is that rapid fire on Tychus? What?
Oh, he's going, what? Some sort of weird auto attack build, it looks like.
With 2 sets of overkill.
Overkill.
What?
That's curious.
All right, so, Kev, I feel like I'm back in 2012. It's MLG, and it's Idra playing Zerg. Look at this bloody ridiculous creep spread.
Yeah, very accurate description. It's absolutely everywhere. And that's just because there's that double endless growth as well as the reconstitution. So Zagara wants to just keep popping down that trait as often as possible. And it's very apparent. It's absolutely everywhere. All over the opponent's side of the map.
Everywhere. All right, let's click on Zagara. This is the vision we have for the team. They see everything, every chokehold, every vent, every entrance into contesting these immortals. Everything.
Yeah.
It's ridiculous.
There's not really much that you don't see over there. And it's going to be very, very nice for Zagara to just always know that she's safe, especially because she's not she doesn't have too many escapes. Her only hope is that she can net her chasing opponents in a maw, but even then, all right. So the Immortal is taking a good amount of damage. It looks like there's yet again going to be another team fight. Spark Dog going in with the Burrow Charge. A pretty big Wailing Arrow, not going to lie, but the Furnace Blast doesn't quite hit too much. The Web Blast, oh my god, that's massive.
Yeah, it is. Yeah. We have a Draken Laser, Jill, eventually going down. Yeah, it's going to be finding Bobby Hank Hill, who's going to be able to walk away out of this. So, no Odin. It is the Laser. Laser coming out really too late, and despite the fact they had that Wailing Arrow, it's going to be a 4-man cleanup.
Clean, the only person alive has to back away. Roach is coming in. Tiger JK going for the Mutalisk as well, just to scare him away.
So much creep spread. This is a full shield Immortal coming down top. And we already got Kazra. Yeah, pushing in. 14 to 10. It's 20 kills to 4. What did he have last round? 28?
Yeah, 28. 28 to 0. So at least doing better now.
Yeah, 20. It was 20 to 4. But again, like this actually could be a ridiculously this could be end right here. Boom, goes one. Spark Dog about to drop. A very regular size Cocoon coming out there as well. But full shield, full hit point, and no defenders. Could be our quickest game yet today.
4 stam, 4 strength, leather belt. It's going on in. It looks like there's not really that much that this enemy team can really do to defend against this Cloud9 Vortex. Gonna take a victory.
My Bearform Druid wants that belt. 4 stam, 4 strength. Where did that even come from?
It's a old reference to Ventrilo trolling, if I remember correctly. Never mind.
I don't know how that was related at all.
Don't question this. Don't question this. It's just I have to talk about something here from Jester, and I'm going with super old references to Ventrilo trolling.
They still can't kill Kael'thas. Still can't kill Kael'thas. Yep. So Vanus, that's a 3-man, that's a 4-man white. They were able to take home Vala, but again, that shield was absolutely massive. Still all the hit points in the world for the Angel, but I could not say the same for the core. And fanboys or not, Reddit team or not, Cloud9 Vortex is here to seal the deal, and they move on to the round of 16 here for the July Road to Blizzcon.
And the forces of good prevail. I mean, there's that too.
Did you type GG?
Just defeated. Yeah, I did. Heaven just defeated hell. Come on, Jester. Battlefield of Eternity. Heaven just won. Forces of evil gone. Come on. Anything? Nothing?
I'm actually really impressed with teams today because Battlefield of Eternity on average is our longest map, and I don't think we've had one go past 14 minutes. I am impressed by some of these teams. I really am. Of course, in this case, I'm much more impressed with Cloud9 Vortex. But hey, they got to round of 32, and Steal Your Face goes home with Bout.net credit. Not bad for one day's work.
Not at all. So the winner of this is going to go on to fight somebody.
Somebody, yes. Stay tuned. Somebody will fight.